Alright guys, so we got the NRG oil, what the fuck is it? I forgot what it was. That's what it is, thanks Steve. Alright guys, so now we got everything that we need to delete the CCV system in my car so it doesn't fail anymore. Pretty much what we have right here is we have a NRG oil catch can system. I got it for 85 bucks at A&A. It's a local parts place by my house. The quality's pretty good and it has pretty much everything we need. Inlet and outlet, it doesn't have the breather valve on it, which is nice. And it just has your holes that we're going to be installing later on with the level indicator. It also came with a bunch of hose that we're going to be using. Small bracket, and then all the bits and pieces that we need to step up or step down the hose kind of later on down the route. And then I also picked up a 5/8 by 1/2 inch thread pipe adapter. This is actually going to go inside the intake system, just like this. Hose will go onto that, go to the catch can, and then the other side of the catch can will go back into the intake system, and it'll be kind of like a closed loop system. So we're going to get to installing this stuff, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright guys, so pretty much this is where the catch can is going to sit for the most part. I have it set in this little pocket section here right next to the rad hose and just in front of the driver's side headlight. I'm going to make sure it doesn't touch anything, it doesn't rattle around. We're also going to have to make a second bracket with this little piece of cardboard template that I have. We're going to be using the factory bracket off the catch can itself and kind of just mock it into something that we're going to make just so everything's a lot easier. The two fittings we have on here, the left hand side is going to come from the valve cover. I'll show you guys that in a minute. And the right hand side is going to go somewhere after the MAF sensor because this air that we're venting has already been registered by the MAF when the car is running. And if you don't do that, then you're going to get a check engine light for a lean code, and we don't want that. So that's pretty much what we're going to do. I'm going to show you guys once it's all said and done and chopped up, and we're going to put it in right now. Okay, so that's the top of the mounting bracket on top of the fan shroud, and then the bottom section right there is where the catch can will mount to, and then it'll sit kind of just in this area right here. So I'm going to mount this up real quick, and then we'll start running the hard line for it. Alright guys, so we're going to be doing the rest of the catch can install. It is now day 2 of this install process. Pretty much what we have so far is we have the line coming off of the valve cover going into the catch can. We're now going to be doing the routing system for the second line that goes after the MAF sensor so you don't get any lean codes. And I'm going to show you guys that right now. Alright, so now that we burned a hole into the intake, we're ready to install the barb fitting. I downstepped this hole just a little bit, that way when I push this fitting through, it's actually going to bite into the rubber and it's going to really hold it. We're also going to put a little silicone around both sides, outside and inside, and that'll eliminate any air leaks we have after the MAF sensor, and that'll stop any check engine codes we have. So I'm going to do this now real quick, and then we're going to install it into the car. Alright guys, so we got the CCV system delete all hooked up finally. One of the last things we have to do is just let that nipple dry on the inlet for the intake system, but everything else is all good. So I'm going to push the car outside, bring Mike's car, and I'm going to work on that for a little bit, and then I'll finally take this out for a drive once everything's like fully cured. And the last thing to do is just to see what happens once we get it out on the road. It should be good.
It should be good.
I fucking hope it should be good. It's always fucking good. Yeah, fuck yeah, BMW never breaks. Alright guys, so as you can tell, the wagon is no longer in the shop, which means that it is finally fixed, and the CCV system delete that we did worked out perfectly. I drove the car home last night, had no hiccups, made it home just fine. So the daily is back up and running, and we can finally jump back onto the E30. I know this video is kind of short, but I really wanted to just wrap up my car and kind of get it out of the way and just bang it out as quickly as possible. I got a bunch of parts stockpiled for that thing that we got to make a couple videos on for you guys, because that's what you guys came here for originally, and I will not disappoint you. We also have a mystery car parked outside. I will not tell you what it is until I drop that video, but if you can guess, comment down below and let me know if you guys get it right. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but it was a really good deal, so I couldn't really pass it up, so I just snatched it up as soon as I saw it. But I want you guys to give me some opinions on what you would like to see me do with it, whether it's a track car, stance car, drift car, drag car, I don't know. Whatever you guys want to see, let me know, and I'll see if I can facilitate it for you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I always say, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.